Hello, child of God. I welcome you once again to Christ Without Borders. I come here to talk about one area that the enemy is using to destroy the family unit. If you've been here for some time on this channel, you would know how important the family unit is. Very important. Society, community, nations are made up of the family unit, father, mother, children. That is the basic building block of every society, every community, every people. That is the building block. If an enemy finds his way to destroy the family unit, we are going to have a very big problem as a nation, as a community, as a society, as a people, as a tribe, the family unit. So, I've had this message for some time, but yesterday God prompted me to talk about it. God prompted me to put it out there, and that is it. Sometimes He gives messages, and then He prompts you to say it today or say it tomorrow. If you've been there, you'll know. If you are going your Christian journey too, I've said it so many times, spending time in the Word of God makes you sensitive to be able to pick up when God is moving you or pushing you to move at a certain way, to say something or to do something. Now, God placed the man in the marriage. If we look closely at marriage and the position God has put the man as a head of a family, and even in God's chain of command, the man is supposed to receive from God, and also his wife receives from him, and their children receive from the wife. Very important chain of command, you don't break it. Now, one of the important things that men have to pay attention to is being intentional and speaking life into your woman. Speak life into your wife, speak life into your daughter. You can speak life into your sister if she's not married, but when she gets married, it's a responsibility of her husband to do that. Speak life. Life is important. And truth, Sometimes you come across certain ladies who react as if their whole world is collapsing when you start telling them the truth. And it's important to tell your woman the truth. It's important to tell your wife, even your daughter. You have to start training her with the truth, because once anybody gets trained with the truth, what they do is always seek out for more truth. Truth is very, very important. I've spoken about truth so many times on this channel. Now, God has put the man there in the family to speak life into the woman. To speak life, to act as a form of inspiration, to encourage. You see, one of the issues about women is, and especially the women who are being raised here on the continent of Africa and black communities. If you look closely, a lot of the women from Africa and even the black community are raised with a lot of fear. A lot of the mistakes women make, a lot of the mistakes women get into, a lot of them, if you've taken time, if you've looked closely, a lot of the mistakes women make, a lot of the mistakes women get into is as a result of fear. If you've been on this channel, you know that fear is a tool in the hand of the devil. So far as you are afraid, you are going to move in the direction that the enemy has prepared for you. And if you've studied closely, some of the chats, live chats of women, and when they meet and when they gather, and you always see that element of fear, always, all the time. A lot of women carry a lot of fear, and particularly here in Africa. A lot of our women are raised with a lot of fear. So out of fear, they do something that will jeopardize the whole family unit. Out of fear, they take a certain decision, and the whole family will suffer as a result. The father will suffer, she herself will suffer, and even the children. God positioned the man in the family to diffuse this fear that a lot of women have it, but particularly the African woman has a lot of it because of how she's raised and the environment and some of the things she has been told and all of these limiting beliefs. God put you there as a man to diffuse the fear, not to multiply it, to diffuse it all the time. God placed the man in the marriage as the head of that marriage to steer things in a certain direction. To steer things in a certain direction. Very important. You see, but what I've seen is a lot of men have abandoned that responsibility. You are the first person your wife, that woman sees when she gets up from the bed. You are the last person she sees before she goes to bed. God has positioned you as a man as the man of the house, as the man in that marriage, to speak life. Speaking life is an intentional thing. The Bible has told us, said, death and life lies in the power of the tongue. Those who want to see life will speak it thereof. Speaking life is intentional, and you as a man in that marriage, and God has put you in that place of authority. God has put you in a place of authority. When God puts you in a place of authority, it comes with a responsibility. You are supposed to be speaking life into that woman every morning. I'm telling you. She's talking to you, and you realize that the conversation where it's going is fear is trying to overtake the conversation, diffuse that fear. You have to diffuse it. You have to diffuse it because you don't want her carrying. You know, one of the things everyone knows is that women multiply whatever is given to them. So if she has a fear, you have to diffuse it. Because if you don't, she's going to multiply that fear, and which could drive her into making a decision that will even affect you, the man. You've seen it so many times. A lot of the times it's fear, all the time. Their conversations, their group chats, wherever they meet, you find this element of fear. So the fear that is there, she's not getting someone to speak light, speak life, to diffuse it. That fear drives her to make a decision that costs everybody, and other people suffer as a result of that decision. And that will not be possible if the men whom God has placed in the life of these women will take up that responsibility God has given to you to speak life in that woman. Why? You have to speak life into that woman so that that woman will also transfer that life you are speaking into her into the children. It's a chain of command. You are not there all the time. You speak, be intentional. Speak life into her. Diffuse the fear when she's bringing it up. And gradually help her start having a positive mindset, always. So she does not look at the negative side of everything. She rather sees the positive side of whatever endeavor, whatever is coming. She adopts a kind of positive mindset all the time in being intentional. A lot of men are busy chasing money. This very important responsibility. A lot of men have abandoned that responsibility. God put you in a place of authority in that family. And as one of your responsibilities is to steer and direct things in a certain way. Speaking life. This is part 1. I don't know how many series God will give with this one, but this is part 1, so watch out for part 2.